What's up everyone, it's Gray. And I'm sure you've noticed that LEGO doesn't make military-inspired sets. They maintain a company policy of not creating any realistic weaponry, recognizable equipment, or military-focused products. They don't want to depict real-world conflicts, because they don't want to frighten or worry children with realistic representations of violence in the world. They also don't want to be associated with glorifying or trivializing war and harmful, unethical behavior. I mean, I get it. It makes sense for a toy company to stand behind principles like these. That being said, this is a LEGO German Luftwaffe fighter plane, complete with machine guns. Perfect for strafing escaping cars, as seen in the fighter plane chase set. I guess the Indiana Jones theme gets a pass from LEGO because this is indeed a German Air Force pilot from 1938. We all know what was going on in Germany at that time. Pretty frightening and unethical things, to say the least. But the Second World War didn't start until 1939, so I guess this technically isn't a machine of war. Yet. But isn't it at least a realistic depiction of military machinery? Well, not quite. The two planes that appear in that scene from Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade were actually Swiss-made Pilatus P-2s, which were designed as training aircraft. As a history nerd, I hate the inaccuracy, but it happens all the time in film. They should have been German Messerschmitt Bf-109 fighters, but for obvious reasons, there weren't many authentic German World War II military aircraft in flying condition available for the movie. So they just used what they could get and hoped you didn't notice. So technically speaking, in this instance, LEGO is actually depicting a Swiss non-military training aircraft acting in a combat role in a fictional timeline. And it doesn't really look too much like the plane from the film anyway. It should have looked a little more like this custom one. It's interesting that LEGO doesn't want to directly show modern armed conflict on our planet, but they're more than willing to show many of the same mature themes portrayed in Star Wars. They won't glorify war, but they'll glorify Star Wars. LEGO themselves might not want to produce military-themed products, but companies like Brickmania, United Bricks, and others have filled that gap in the market, producing historically accurate military building kits and custom-printed minifigures with LEGO parts. I don't have any products from either of those companies, but as a history buff, I'm totally interested in most everything they have to offer. But yeah, I thought official LEGO was expensive. These military-inspired models definitely reflect an adult audience price. Holy shit. The LEGO Group isn't completely against weapons and conflict in their products. They've been making medieval castle sets since the late 1970s, and there have been plenty of other themes over the years with firearms and other handheld weapons at the forefront. They addressed this topic in a 2010 progress report in a section labeled Guideline for Weapons and Conflict in LEGO Experiences. It pretty much explained that aggressive play is especially prevalent among young boys. Yeah, imagine that. And that they believe it's an important part of children's development to experience conflict and to be able to differentiate play from reality. Their aim is just to avoid realistic weapons and military equipment that children may recognize and to refrain from showing violent or frightening situations through their products. This fighter chase set is truly more for the nostalgic adult Indiana Jones fan. Most young kids haven't even seen Indiana Jones. So this is just some old airplane with an old car. It might as well be ancient history. Speaking of which, this is an even older aircraft from over 100 years ago, fitted with machine guns for war. Oh yeah, LEGO made World War I aircraft sets back in the day, and they're pretty awesome. This British Sopwith Camel released in 2012, while this Red Baron Fokker DR-1 triplane came out way back in 2002. I think technology from 80 years ago is old enough to be pretty unrecognizable for kids these days. I don't think that depicting World War II aircraft in LEGO would glorify or trivialize the conflict that they were utilized in. They are historical and iconic at this point. I don't think it would be against LEGO's current policy to create an 18+ model of, say, a Boeing B-17 Flying Fortress, or any number of iconic aircraft. I suppose I'm just as happy with the many iconic Star Wars vehicles LEGO does provide. Ironically, in their universe, they deal far more destruction than our modern military ever could. What do you think about LEGO's policy against military-inspired products? Are you interested in any custom military-related minifigures or sets? I really like this Brickmania John Basilone minifigure with his Browning M1917 water-cooled machine gun. Anyway, that's all I got for y'all this time. I hope you enjoyed the video. Smash the like button, and if you haven't, maybe consider subscribing. Thanks for stopping by. Take it easy.